So, Miss Jazz. So
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. So I wanted to welcome you to the podcast, and me and Ron. You know what I'm saying. We like to do this a little different. We want you to first introduce yourself, where you from, and
Uh
then
huh.
from there get into how you got into your business.
Okay.
So
Okay.
first I want to give a shout out to the sponsor because
Yeah.
shout out to shoutlikeaking.com. Coupon code is chaos. Support us. You know what I mean? That's what it is. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Chaos Culture Radio. You know what I mean? And we have a special guest today, a lovely lady by the name of Jazzy. You know what I mean? Credit Queen, CBD Queen.
Yes.
And she's gonna
Yes.
put y'all on smash. Let's get it
Yes.
popping.
Let's get it.
Oh, hold on, Ron. My bad. Introduce yourself, Ron. My
Oh
partner in
yeah.
crime.
Yeah. My name is. They call me Ronnie Ron Mustang. You know what I'm saying? So I'm part of one of Hakeem.
Don't say
co-host.
don't say one of her kings. One half of the game. Yeah, don't
One
say
half of the game.
yeah.
Yeah. I won half of the game, and it's kind of it's an honor for her name is Jasmine Lewis, but we call her back Jazzy, to be on the show because she's actually the credit queen. She actually knows a lot about credit, but she gonna go more into depth into that. So
not like you other women who are fakers.
facts.
Not like you other women we done hit you up to come on, but you stun on us. No disrespect.
Facts.
For
No
educational
disrespect.
purposes, and that was for educational purposes.
Yeah. So Jazz, introduce yourself, man. Let the people know who you are. What you
Okay, so my name is Jasmine Lewis. I'm originally from Atlanta. I was born in Marietta, raised in Atlanta, the city part. I'm a chef, so I started off in my culinary career when I was 18. I went to school, learned the culinary parts, and then eventually, like a year or two later, I went to school for pastry. Got my degree at Johnson and Wales, and started working for big multi clubs and restaurants such as Walt Disney World, Stage Valley. That's a celebrity golf club for those of y'all that don't know that. And I was working in different kitchens, gaining knowledge, and I had dreams of my own to open up my own business, but I didn't know how. And then I was working in the restaurant industry as a manager up until COVID hit, and that's kind of what led me to credit repair because my sister talked to this lady from New York, and she's my mentor. Which is why I know so much about credit because I learned from her. She teaches us in a small group of how to do credit repair and talk to your clients. So
Definitely.
I got into that. Go ahead.
I didn't mean to cut you off. There's something you said that was very pivotal. I like to point out big statements and things where people say. You said something about a mentor. And I want the listeners to listen to hear that nobody starts off without no help or a teacher. Right. I had a mentor in what I'm doing. And that's all I wanted to point.
Oh, you're good. So yeah, my sister was like, okay, I know you got fired and had to leave the restaurant industry because COVID, they were cutting hours and stuff. So hey, listen, I'm got this mentor lady that does credit repair. You want to look into it. And at first, I was a little on the fence because I know she had sent it to me last year. When I was working, and I was kind of thinking it was a scam. Like, you can't really do no credit repair. So I was like, I don't have nothing kind of out of income, out of a place to make money. So I called her and we talked about it, and then she talked to me about the business, sent me a 21-minute video on how I can help people. Don't look at it as is, how much money I can make or the money. Look at how you can help people, helping people and educating you in the community. Your blessings are gonna come, the money will come. Don't do it because of money, because you're gonna get frustrated when you don't see the results. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna give it a try. So I signed up as a credit repair agent under her. Well, I'm a part of my sister's team, but we're all under her as she's our mentor. I was in a little group, and we have our group trainings. They talk to you and give you credit tips and what to tell people. Certain people want bankruptcy, okay, repossession, eviction. So we have to really sit down and study ourselves to be approved. Study to show yourself approved, because you don't want to sound like a clown when you're talking to people about what they need to repair their credit.
Oh no, that's awesome. From your journey to where you are now. That's awesome to hear.
Hey.
My question to you is, what is the best way for someone like myself whose credit score, I'm just using an example, I'm not saying it is, but I'm just using an example, is like 500, but I'm trying to reach at least 700. What's the best route for me to go?
Okay, so first we would need to see what all is on your credit. So you would fill out an application, and what would happen is the credit lawyers in the company, with financial education services, we will pull your credit and see everything that's on it. See what kind of negative remarks are on there, whether you got late payments or something's going into collections, and we'll start from there. And what we'll do is send out get your dispute letters, going and get you to dispute those items that's on there that's affecting the credit. And then we'll also look for ways that we can build your credit while we're disputing it and getting those items removed, because a lot of people don't understand when you get those items removed, it makes your credit score. So you have to build your credit. And there's ways you could do it. We have a program if you renting anything, if you as long as you pay your rent on time, we'll put that towards your credit. You can get a secured credit card where you put your own money down, you put a deposit of your own money down, and as long as you pay on it every 30 days, you pay on it on time, what it'll do is report to the credit bureaus, and it'll make your score go up. Or if you know someone that has good credit history, like that 700 score you want or higher, and you know that they pay their credit cards and our credit limits or whatever on time, you can ask them to make you an authorized user, and you don't even have to use the card. As long as they keep paying, you'll benefit, your score will benefit, and it'll go up.
Wow, good information. How can you see she's fire?
Oh, 100%. I'm learning so much. Now, I
I
wanted
am
to,
too.
yeah, no, definitely. Now, I think that's fascinating that you got into this. And do you think credit is king?
Oh yeah, awesome. It is king. There's a book actually called Credit is.
Now, what besides that, what other business are you involved in?
So I'm involved in the health and wellness industry. We have CBD products which help to relax the body, helps to detox the body. People who have anxiety, we have stuff for that. People who have pain, people
Is
who
that
want to
like
get.
weed? Is that like ganja?
It's not the THC. We have products without the THC or little to none THC in it, so
Hmm.
you're not gonna get
Oh,
like a little buzz or a high off of it. I wish, but we gotta stay in that mark, because it's
Yeah.
not
uh-huh.
legal everywhere yet, unfortunately. Yeah. we have a lot of CBD products. We have products without CBD in it. What I do is I talk to people and I ask them what their health goals are. Are they looking to gain weight, build muscle, or are they looking to, lose weight? What you match
Hmm.
them with based off of their goals, their health goals. I match them with the products that I know work or will work for them, and I teach them like what to eat and what not to eat, because I'm a chef. So eating healthy doesn't shouldn't taste like plastic.
Yeah.
Facts. Hmm.
Now, let me ask you a question. When you was working, were you working on the frameworks of all of these businesses, like, or did you had this in mind before an opportunity came for you to step into?
No, I wasn't working on these business while I had my 9 to 5. I didn't even. I'm gonna be honest. Besides the credit prepare company I knew about last year, and I just didn't know about the health and wellness company that I worked for. I didn't know about any of these. But what I did have in mind was, yeah, to have my own. I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I
Yeah.
just didn't know that I would be led down this route, which is awesome.
So do you feel like a 9 to 5 kind of cripple you from pursuing your dreams and your goals?
Yes, I did feel like that because I had no time. First off, I wasn't making the money that I deserve. I have a degree. I'm an expert in my field, and you're telling me I'm only worth $11 an hour. I can make recipes. I can cost out food and tell you how much something should cost on the menu. I can make menus. So you're telling me I'm only worth $11 an hour. So I started to look at that, and I was like, yeah, I have a dream to work for myself one day. So definitely the money wasn't there, and then I had no time to definitely work on like the business plan and writing everything out. So yeah, it did cripple me a lot.
No, that's
Fact.
astonishing. Now,
Yeah, it
did
is.
did you face any struggles by starting these businesses?
Oh yes, I had a lot of stuff people in my family.
Wow.
Quit being like that. Just go back to the 9 to 5. Ain't nobody gonna buy none of these products. Don't nobody want their credit
Like, are you
repaired.
serious?
Oh yes, my one of my older sisters. I was like, hey, I want to try out this tea, and you want to, let me get you started with the tea, and I know you're looking for a business opportunity. I know you hate your 9 to 5, and they don't treat you right. Look into it, and no, that's okay. I'll watch and see what it does to you. If it lets you, if you lose any weight, okay, I guess, but I don't want to deal with that. That's scam tea. Y'all buying that tea from women that had surgery and they ain't really, lost the weight. That stuff didn't work. So yeah, it was very hard. And then, I tried to reach out to a couple of my friends. Oh no, that's okay. Can't everybody be like you, Jasmine, and be an entrepreneur? I'm good. I want to be at my 9 to 5. You love on everybody, despite they laughing at you and not really believing in your ability to be the entrepreneur that you want to be.
Facts. Preach, Jazz. You going in. That's facts right there. And not only that, Jazz, but I want to know, why do you feel like our people don't know enough about credit and enough about entrepreneurship?
Because that's not something that's taught in our, they teach us to go to work. No, get into a good school, whether it's an Ivy League school or a good university. After that, spend 4 to 8 years to try to find a job, only for them to say, "Oh, you have no experience." Oh, of course, I went to school for 4 years, so of course I don't have no experience in the field. I haven't really had a job outside of what I learned on my internships in that school. So that it's a system. It's how they set us up. And then, they're not teaching us that, but the wealthy, they're teaching their kids, don't go to no work. What are you talking about, go to work? You make your money work for you. They showing them how to keep wealth and build wealth. We don't learn that in our community. And you have to wonder why.
Woo, you preaching. Oh, yeah. Man, you on fire.
So,
you have something to drink?
Ready off the chain. Yo, so Jazzy, so tell me something, like, have you, so how long you been doing it so far?
I started the health and wellness in March of this year when COVID hit. And then I just started maybe 3 months down the line. I joined the credit repair in June because, like my sister said, hey, give it a try, man. So I've been doing it for that long, and I like it. I faced some adversities, getting no's and saying it's a scam, and then you got people that are open.
Okay, that's good to hear, because I was gonna ask you that too, as far as like the support outside of your family, like meaning that have you been able to gain customers, being able to market yourself to get out there?
Oh yes, definitely. Strangers, I feel like strangers support you a lot more than your family does. Like only 2 of my family members on what I'm doing, and that's it. But yeah,
it's kind of interesting. Didn't mean to cut you off, Jazz, but it's kind of interesting how like family members don't never support their own family members. It's like they become your worst enemy. It doesn't make sense. Hakeem can tell you we have stories that a lot of people didn't support us, and then list goes on.
On and on.
Yeah, it's crazy.
On and on, and this is why I say when we hear a story like yours, it's refreshing. You know what I mean? But what also refreshing is that you didn't let that stop you and you prevailed through that. You know what I mean? That's what's really important about that. What about your significant other? Like, did they had anything to say about it?
Well, yeah, I'm not dating anyone right now. Yeah, of course, he was very negative about it.
Oh wow!
Really? What type of stuff would he say?
Oh, it's stupid. Yeah, that ain't gonna make no money. You might as well get out here and get a 9 to 5. And I kind of looked at him sideways. 9 to 5, man. There's no 9 to 5s out here right now.
Hey, why everybody tell you to go get a 9 to 5 like it's a song or something?
It is the way, yeah. It's because remember, we've been psychologically programmed that we have to get a 9 to 5 to get some form of cash. That's why.
Definitely. I want to ask you this, and it's funny that Ron just put this idea in my head. Do you think the reason why people are talking to you like this, do you think it's a I'm trying to word this the right way. Do you think is the perception they have against women?
I think it has to do with it a little bit, and then also fear. They don't, like, it's like Ronnie was saying, like they don't know. They've been programmed to get the 9 to 5. So if all your life you've heard get a 9 to 5, if you don't work, you're not gonna eat. You're gonna believe that if you try to do something other than get a 9 to 5, it's not gonna work. Like sometimes people they want to do that, but they're afraid to do that. So they'll try to tell you that you can't do it because they feel like they can't do it. And I noticed that with him. He wasn't working at all. He got laid off, and I was working a little bit. So I was doing Lyft to support myself while I was doing the credit repair in the tea business. And I guess it made him feel some type of way that I was out there working, like I believed in this. He was like, I believe in that. It's scam and it's stupid and you're gonna fail, and
wow.
So I eventually had to let him go because I can't be around that negativity. I can't.
That's sad to hear that though, especially coming from somebody you're supposed to be dating.
Yeah, somebody that's supposed to care, supposed to support you, and have your back, but that's it. Like going back to, my family, my sister, one of my older sisters, I would see her supporting somebody else's business, posting about their business. Never did she, hey, let me get the link and let me put it on my page. Let me get you some customers. Let me help you do what you're doing. You supporting your goddaughter's lip gloss line, which is fine. You can do that, but
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting her to do that anyway. But it's just, people in your family or in your circle, your immediate circle.
No,
It
you.
takes,
Wow,
yeah.
crazy.
No,
It takes
Don't because
it
boy,
takes
it's crazy,
to
man.
make it.
Wow.
Make it to believe, and when you make it, and then they believe in it, now they hating.
Hating ain't the word. So now I bet you they probably have something to say since you've been taking care of yourself financially with this without no help.
Oh yeah, oh definitely. Oh, you move around, you need to get somewhere and sit down.
Wow, can you see that? The negativity don't
Oh
stop.
my
It's
God.
like it
And
keeps
then one of
coming and
my sisters,
coming
she
and coming.
blocked me.
Even after you done well for yourself, the negativity still comes. That's
And I found
bizarre.
out that one of my sisters, she blocked me. She blocked me. The one that was supporting somebody else's business but mine, she blocked me.
You talking about your own flesh and blood?
Oh yeah, blocked me. I didn't know my younger sister. It was funny. I didn't even know. I was scheduled to go to her wedding this year in October. And so my younger sister said, "Hey, I can't get in touch with our sister on Messenger." I said, "Well, what's it doing?" "Well, it just says this person isn't available on Messenger. I can't call her." And I said, "She probably got you blocked." And I said, "If she got you blocked, she definitely got me blocked." So I look, and when when somebody blocks you, you can't look up their profile. You can't
Right.
somebody else's page. So and then I looked at the same thing on the messenger. It said the same thing for me. So I was like, yeah, she blocked. I was like, that's okay. My feelings are not hurt because
Mm.
success. When people see that you're successful, when they put you down and they realize that it's you doing good for yourself, it bothers them. So I'm pretty sure she didn't want to see me posting about my weight loss and I fixed credit and all that stuff because she's 40 years old and she's still a lieutenant for the state patrol and you don't got anything going for yourself. So
Mm-hmm.
that's sad. I said, hey, don't hurt my feelings.
No, sad.
I keep moving. It don't stop. Right.
And are they in a state with you, or do they live in Florida, or they live in Georgia?
I actually live in North Carolina, but they still live in Georgia. They live in like a small town where
You hold on. You say you live in North Carolina now?
I moved to North Carolina.
Okay.
You doing big things.
You doing big
Congratulations,
things.
Jasmine.
So you not in? Well, how long ago you left?
I left Florida about let me see in 2017 actually, and I came up.
Wow, it's been that long?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, yeah. I left Florida. Came up to. I switched campuses to go to the Johnson Wells up here.
Uh-huh.
I graduated in 2017, and then I moved back to Atlanta, and I stayed up there for a while, and I eventually ended up back down here. I feel like this was where I need to be,
What
and
part? What part of North Carolina? I used to live in Gastonia.
oh, Charlotte. So yeah, I'm not far from Gastonia, about
Yeah,
30
yeah.
minutes.
I used to be in the gas house. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now here's another question. So being not from certain areas, how are you able to maneuver yourself and thrive in these places?
Oh, I do my research. Lyft has definitely helped me get around and see different parts of the city. I've been in Kannapolis, Concord, Gastonia. So yeah, just familiarizing myself with the area, doing research online, and following it. Getting used to using the GPS and then getting ready not to use it once I got used to the area. Yeah, just getting out there. Just say getting out there and going.
No, that's what's up.
And I was gonna ask you too, Jazz, what is the best way for people, African American people, for them to start building their credit? What age?
I would say as early as being a teenager or a little kid. I went to this real estate seminar earlier on
Uh-huh.
this year, and this guy, he put us on to what he did for his son. His son is grown, of course, now, but he said, when my son turned 10 years old, I put him, like I told y'all about that authorized user. He took his social, put him on that card, and started building his credit. He was paying the bills on time, paying the credit cards off, and his son was benefiting from that. And you just go in there and tell him, hey, I want to add my son onto my credit card. He's not going to use it, of course, but yeah, you do that, and that helps establish and build credit. He had like multiple cards, so think, he's building his credit at while he's 10 years old, and then he graduated and all that stuff, and when he was a 21-year-old man, he by the time he became in his 20s, his credit was at an 800 because his dad
Wow.
shared it.
Incredible.
And you know what our people will do? We'll put our kids, the light bills in our kids, and that's up their credit, so they don't have no idea that their parents did that. So when they go and try to get a loan or something, yeah, you know you got this light bill from 10 years ago that you didn't pay. I was 6 when that happened. What?
Wow.
Yeah, a
You
lot
saying
of people.
stuff that I didn't even know.
Yeah, so as early as possible, you teach them. That's why I said the wealthy are teaching their kids. They sitting them down. Everything is a lesson. You know, I wish my father would have taught me how he got to his status because he was wealthy. You know, he worked for himself. He was our own entrepreneur. I wish he would have taught me about finance so I wouldn't have struggled in my adult life. And I ended up getting bad credit.
Did you ever talk to him about that? That why did he teach you at a young age? Or y'all never had that type of discussion yet?
We didn't have that type of discussion yet. I'm actually not talking to my father right at the moment. So just being transparent.
You're not talking to him?
Yeah, we did. It's complicated. It really is. It's not like I'm mad at him or anything. It's just the way things are at the moment. But yeah, that'd definitely be a question for me to sit us down and teach us the things that you know.
Yeah.
You know, your parents or your grandmother, she taught you how to pay bills at a young age. She taught
Yeah.
you how. We were always taught to depend on him, and you know that's another thing. You know, our people in our community, we're not teaching our kids how to function. It's because that they probably was never taught that too, and it's like a generational curse, just went on and on. And at some
Preach.
point, you got to be the ambassador of your bloodline and break that.
100.
So do you feel like it's a father's job to teach kids about credit or the
Oh
mom?
yeah, it's both. It's both. Definitely, if you're the man of the house, yes, you definitely should be teaching your kids. Definitely. And as a woman, yeah, definitely. You want to teach your kids about finances, so they're not getting out here doing any and everything strange for a piece of change. And that's what happened to a lot of our people. They don't know any better, so the streets teach them how to make the wrong moves and end up stuck somewhere.
Definitely. Here's my next question. So, what advice would you give to young or old people about financial decisions to avoid that can lead them to messed up credit?
Read, do your research, get you a book on credit, get you a book on finance, take you a class, invest in your financial education. The more you know, the better. The Bible says, my people perish from a lack of knowledge. Knowledge is power. And the more you don't know, the more it can kill you. So definitely personal development, listening and taking classes, reading books, going to webinars, seminars. You got to invest in this type of things. This is what the wealthy are. They're investing in the seminars and the webinars that our people are laughing at. I'm not going to spend $500. I'd rather go get a lace front for that. You got a lace front, but you don't have the knowledge, and now you're suffering when you don't have to.
Preach, queen, preach. Woo, preach, boy.
Yeah, and I also tell my young people, I be telling them, I say, y'all be following. I don't have nothing against none of the celebrities out here. I said, y'all be following and keeping up with Beyonce, Megan Thee Stallion. They credit good. They making their money. They got mentors telling them what they need to do. What you doing? Follow behind a mentor, somebody that can get you to the life you want and help you.
She 100% right.
Yeah,
and also I was gonna ask her too, because I was gonna do you feel money management should be taught in school?
Oh yes, definitely.
So, so I wanted you to get into specifics because I know here a lot of people get on us for not breaking stuff down. I want you to break something down in layman's terms for a lot of people who just jumped off the porch. Like as far as like, I want you to give example because what do you think is a bad financial decision to make? That what I'm saying, like car notes, store credit cards. Like what do you think are good financial and bad financial decisions? Give us some examples of that.
Okay. Well, there's definitely nothing wrong with having credit cards and store credit cards. The more credit, the different types of credit you have, the better. What's the bad financial situation is don't open these accounts if you know you're not going to be able to pay it back. Mm-hmm. That is what I would tell people, because if you miss a payment by 30 to 45 days, that can drop your score from anywhere from 50 to 100. And just missing one payment. So imagine you got 5 missed payments. You in the 200s for your credit now. And I can say that because that happened to me. In my college years, I was a little irresponsible. Like I said, I didn't grow up knowing or learning about finance. So I would work credit cards, Walmart, Lane, Prime, you name it. I had even a Visa credit card. I just max it out. I had $2,000 limit. My credit was good. And then here come the bill in the mail. Got to pay it back. You done maxed the credit card out. Can't pay this. So I'm like, I just ain't gonna pay because I'm not knowing that it's going to affect my credit.
Yeah.
So definitely you're going to pay or get you definitely if you're going to use credit cards, don't max it out. I mean, at least if you're going to use a lot of it, leave a balance of like $3 or $4. You really should only be using 20 to 30% of what's on the credit card. So let's do some math. So let's say you got a limit for 350, right? So you only want to use 20 or 30% of that. So 20% of that is going to be calculate like good at mental math, y'all. So that's gonna be like you only need to spend $70 of that. And a lot of people might say, oh, that's a little low. And that's where I go to saying, okay, you know you're gonna go a little bit over, at least leave a balance on the card because the FICO algorithm, recognize okay, there's still a balance on there and you didn't use it all. Okay, because that affects your utilization, how much you use on your credit cards or credit limits. That does affect your credit. So if you know your car note, let's get into the car note. Your car note is $500 a month, and you should only be paying that type of money for a luxury car like Cadillac or Mercedes. You shouldn't be paying that for no Honda or no Toyota. That means your credit's bad or whatever. So your credit, your car note is $500 a month. So what I got is this: 15 days before the due date, pay half of it. So pay that $250. And then 3 days before the due date, pay the other half. And see, what you do is you trick the system into thinking you made 2 full payments in your credit score a lot.
Wow, so that's another way that you could trick the system. And I also heard there's another way too that, like for example, if you go to the grocery store, okay, and you buy like a bag of chips, use your credit card, but then before the end of the week, pay your credit card back. That's also boost up your credit score as well. Correct?
Right. Yes, that is very correct. Very correct.
So you use it as a debit card, pretty much.
Yeah, definitely, definitely, that is true. And what they'll do is they'll boost your score, and it's just tricking the system. It's all on the algorithm. It's tricking the system. So yeah, you definitely correct about that, man. You credit king.
No, I ain't no credit king. It's just I've been listening to like I have friends around me that's good with credit, like Hakeem, other friends of mine, and I also listen to I don't know if you heard of a lady called Lynn Richardson.
Yes, I have.
Yeah, she like the credit queen, and she's always talking about stuff like that. How the credit should always be used for like your initial needs, nothing more. You get what I'm saying? Everything else you should be using cash.
Right.
So and not only that, but you as well, because I follow you on Instagram. You put up like quotes and stuff to follow and this and that, and I actually pay attention to that. So I know you want to get out your links and stuff so people can follow you and stuff like that, but it's just that's one of the ideas I just threw out because I was just thinking about it while you was talking.
Yeah, no problem. I'm okay with that. So yeah, anything I can do to help our people, breaking it down, talking to them, and educate. It's about educating and edifying people. People think it's a hard process, but it's really not.
Okay, for someone like me and Hakeem, one day we want to be able to purchase a home or a studio of our own, like a big studio. What's our credit score has to be for us to like get a loan?
I would say in the 720s will be ideal, and if you could even get into the 800s, that'd be better because the higher the score, the better it'll be for you. And in some cases, most banks will help you with that down payment.
Yeah, like a first-time home buyer class.
Most banks will help you with that down payment because I want to buy a condo, and I was talking to my mentor. She said, yeah, if you get to the 800, get up there in the high 700s, close to the 800s, they'll help you with the down payment.
Were you going to try to buy it in Charlotte?
Yes, I've been looking. There's a 4-bedroom one, is a 5-bedroom. It looks nice. You can't see it. I can see it online. You can't see it, unfortunately, until you are approved for it. So I'm in the credit program, and I am fixing my credit because I want to, be able to, open up my businesses, and be able to do Airbnb.
That's where the money's at.
That's where the money's at. Wow.
That's why I want the 5-bedroom condo because I can rent it out.
Yeah. That's also been another one of my projects to do it, and it all goes down to getting that credit together.
Exactly. Yeah, you just, if you're not in a credit program now, get in a good credit program and let them tell you, basically find out what's on your credit score because things like Credit Sesame and Credit Karma, a lot of people, my clients will say, man, I didn't even know I had a medical bill on there because Credit Karma showed my score at this, but it's 20 points way off. I didn't know, and it's not showing me everything. I was like, yeah, it pays to invest in your credit. Don't go for the free. And what a lot of people don't know is if you dispute it online, you give up certain rights. I didn't know that. My mentor, she's really good. She put me on to that. She said, y'all better stop disputing stuff online and do a paper trail. It's better to do the paper trail. Dispute it online, you're giving up certain rights to these credit card companies. That's how they're getting people.
Oh, and not only that, but I recently heard, I want to ask you, is it true that even when you apply for a job, certain job, they also look at you and bring your credit score down as well?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. If you don't fit the bracket of what they're looking for, they won't hire you. A lot of people out here, oh, I meet the qualifications. Yeah, you meet the qualifications, but your credit score is terrible. They don't want you. It's bad that they do that because I feel like my credit score didn't matter, but they are doing that. A lot of companies do that. I remember I was trying to apply for this one job, and I ended up telling somebody I got denied, and they were like, "No, I ain't trying to get in your business, but how your credit score?" I said, "No, I'm working with a 500." They said, "Oh, that's why you didn't get hired." I was like, "Nah, get out of here." But like, no, a lot of these companies will look at your credit score, and if your credit score isn't where they want it, they're not gonna hire you.
So
That's
definitely,
sad.
I want you to go into the diversifying your credit. So diversifying, is it important? How much of an importance to have a diverse credit?
That getting a credit report.
No, having a diverse credit report, because I know you mentioned something like that.
Oh, having different types of credit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because you got options. The bank, see, when the bank pull your credit or wherever you're trying to get the loan from, they're gonna see that you have different types of credit, and then they also look at the credit history. So they're like, okay, it looks better when you. I know it's hard to explain or understand, but it looks better when you have different types of credit or loans on there to them. They like that.
When the banks look at your credit, they want to make sure that you have a certain line of different credit. So, for example, car loans, house,
Yeah.
whatever you trying. So the more credit you got out there, the better look for you. Correct?
Right, and then if you, however old it is, have you paid on it on time? They looking at different things. That's why it's good to have a mix. They want to see how you've been managing it. Okay, if we, let's say you going in for a business loan. Okay, let me see how they manage their car loan. Let me see how they manage their mortgage. Let me see how they manage this credit card. Okay, if everything look okay, I think I can give them this business loan. I think I can trust them with this business loan. That's ultimately what they're looking at.
Okay, because the reason I asked, because certain places, because a lot of us, we was always taught that it's not good to have a lot of debt. The more
Yeah.
debt you had, they tell you get rid of the debts. But what you saying is the more debts you, not more debts, but the more credit line you got out there, the better it is for you. So which route should a person go on? Should he be debt free, or should he just be like just managing his debts?
You should be able to manage your debt because not all debt is bad. And what I mean by that, like, say I want to take a loan out for a condo, okay, that's a debt because that's a liability. So it's causing my money to go out. But if I'm managing it right and making sure I'm, renting the condo out for the price that it is to match that loan, I'm gonna be okay as long as I'm taking care of it. See, debt can bring you money, but they don't, like I said, they don't teach that in school. They teach you, oh, no credit cards. Don't. It's not the credit cards, it's the user. It's not the loans, it's the user. It's the borrower. If you're not paying on it or you're not managing it correctly, yeah, debt can be bad, but the debt can be good also because you gotta think about a lot of these businesses, how they got in business because they took out a loan. And
Correct.
as long as they paying on that loan, they're gonna be okay. And some people pay the loan off. So yeah, debt can be good. Debt can be good. I know a lot of people like, oh man, what you saying? Go get in debt. Go get a bunch of. If you're not responsible, don't do it. And I tell people that. That's the disclaimer. If you're not gonna be responsible, you're not gonna stay on top of it. You're not gonna get out there and find ways to pay it back. Then don't do it. But if you know you're gonna be responsible and this is something that you're doing to keep money coming in, yeah, I suggest it.
Oh dang, you just feeding my mind. I don't know. I know Hakeem. He probably taking down notes because Hakeem, he crazy about the credit because he's one of the people that school me. He taking down notes.
All the notes, you know what I mean? Especially with somebody you know more, because I had started my journey. I'm at like a 640.
Oh man, you good. You got 60 points to go.
Yeah, 60 points, and that's the thing. What I've been trying to notice, like, I don't want to add too many more credit cards. So I was like, what else I could do to diversify? Because I know that's just one lane of it. And then
I'm sorry, I didn't cut you off.
No, go right ahead, Queen. So you know what I mean?
Okay. I'm sorry. I was just going to say, yeah, that would be good to. That's why you need to get in a program. So a credit lawyer, a professional, can look at and see what's going on in your credit, and if you need to dispute some items to get it, even disputing some items to help you. And we can find ways to help you build your credit? Like, do you pay rent?
No, yes, I do, but I don't. My name's not on it.
Okay. Yeah, I would say that's one way that you could, build your credit or whatever, building, paying your rent on time, and that'll go up your score. But there's different ways. Different ways.
Because I was thinking about getting a car note. You know what I mean? Getting a newer car to be like, all right, F it, a car. From there, add that on to it. But I know that's gonna bring my debt ratio up a little bit.
Right. And if you feel like you definitely you can't manage that right now, then I wouldn't suggest that and say that.
Yeah.
So how many credit cards your person have? Because I be hearing theories. Some people say it's good to have 4, the max, or it's 2.
I've heard some people had 10. Now I personally don't have 10, but I think 4 or 5 is good. I know people that have 10 and they have a card for everything, and I'm just like, and they stay on top of it, so it's like their credit's still good. So it's like, okay, that's a lot of credit cards, but they got a mixture. God, 10 cards. Oh, goodness. I definitely would stay in the 4 or 5 range. I mean, that's just me.
No, definitely. I think too much. You know what I mean? Don't get too much that you can't handle.
Right. That's what I feel like too. I mean, no shade to anybody with the 10, but I've seen a couple of people out here with 10. I'm just like, 4 or 5 is good with me.
So Jazzy, so where do you see yourself in your business in the next 5 years?
Oh yeah, definitely at the top, making 6 to 7 figures, helping others to become financially free to make 6 to 7 figures. Definitely.
Ooh, fire!
That's why I coach so much. And I want
Yeah.
people to easy done. Like, they don't teach you this in school. You got to go to school for everything. Just get inside of a mentor program, implement duplicate and hit the process they show you, and you could be financially free in a year, 6 months. It just depends on what you want to put into it. But yeah, that's definitely where I myself. I want to help. Definitely want to help people.
That's so are you gonna lock your teeth into Charlotte?
Yes, what's good about the both companies I work for, the health and wellness is worldwide. We got people from Haiti, Jamaica, the Latin America, everybody in this. Credit repair is in the 50 states, so I can get people from New York and not even have to go out there and meet them. Meet up in person maybe once every 3 months or so, like that. So yeah, that's what's good about it. Like, I'm definitely, I want to start a team in Charlotte, but anybody can join, really.
No, definitely. So, no, we definitely going to promote your business on our description because we just love and ecstatic to hear that. You know what I mean? Especially coming from a woman, you know what I mean, a queen at that. Because black women account for majority of startup when it comes to minorities as far as black people.
And I appreciate that. I appreciate the more awareness we can get out there to our people, the better. We want to move our people out of bad neighborhoods and get them nicer neighborhoods, get them, and they be able to take care of their kids and their family. Like, that's what it's all about. It's not about the cars. That stuff is nice. I see some people in the company, they got the cars and the glitz and the glam, but I'm like, how can I get to that status to help people? Like, come knock on people's doors. Hey, I know you don't know. Can I pay a bill or two? Can I help? What can I do to help you? That's what I.
Not for the most part. You're 100% right on that, queen.
Yeah, so since because I want to ask you too, Jack, because since you acquired this knowledge, how is it in the dating game? Because you might date guys that ain't got good credit. So what type of questions you ask?
He went straight for the juggler with that one.
I'm just asking because she's a good looking woman, so I'm asking.
No, you are. And I'm just saying, do you date broke boys? That's what I'm saying.
Now we going to your relationship life now, because you talking a lot of game with the credit.
Yeah.
Let's see how it go in the relationship game.
Now, this is what I feel. If you're trying to make something better of yourself, okay, you trying to build and you the knowledge, okay, you trying, okay, I see. But you just, I'm cool with living on my mama's couch, man. I'm cool just, finessing people out their money. Man, what are you saying? We can't do business. We can't. And then people are like, oh, that's mean, that's rude. No, man, you don't want to be around somebody that's not going anywhere in life. So it's definitely hard in the dating game because most guys, they want to be taken care of. I don't know, that's the culture we live in.
Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Are you talking about North Carolina or Florida?
Florida.
We got to get into specifics.
Yeah,
I'm just saying in general. It's in Atlanta, down west where I'm from. There's a lot of people, most of the guys I've come across have been like that, and not all of them are like that. Because I met some guys that are like, yeah, I'm trying my credit fix. I'm trying to build this. I'm trying to start a business. I'm trying to get on top. I've met some guys that are focused, but a majority of the day, or you got the females that want to, be taken care of, but are not contributing. So it's a little hard in the dating game. I ain't gonna lie. I'm just being transparent.
I like that you say that. You know what I mean? I think finances do play a big part in the dating game. But there's a lot that account for that too, though. You know what I'm saying? Like being a black male in America are middle age and like middle income right there.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not saying you got to have 6 figures in your pocket. Like, no, man, I ain't saying all that stuff. As long as you trying to make a difference and do better, and you're not comfortable, and there's rooms for growth. I'm okay with that. I'm okay. Go ahead.
No, you're right. I agree with you. But you went to like the Harvard of cooking. You know that.
Yeah, I did.
She did. She went in for the jab.
Because I don't think for a lot of, I don't know if you noticed, but I was in the culinary field too, and I tried to get in Johnson and I wasn't able to.
Right, okay.
You know what I mean? So opportunity sometimes does kick it, but I like the fact that you say that, because I think that is a discussion, a narrative that needs to be talked about. Because I've heard women say the same sentiments you said, that is meeting men who finances it.
Yeah, they're not on point, and it's true, because you look at how the job industry is, like what they'll pay somebody versus you. It all comes down to you and what they see in you and what they might pay. Like, I've been in that predicament where someone who was less qualified for my position is getting paid more than me, and I have to overhear a conversation or find that out the hard way. I'm like, I'm putting on all this hard work, and I'm getting paid $3 or $4 less than somebody that's not qualified.
Yeah. Facts.
So that's really hard. That's really hard for our people.
You're right, but do you factor in the whole finance aspect, is even as far as even having a family as well?
I mean, you mean like being financially stable?
Yeah, financially stable. Like, since you said it's hard in the dating market, had this had you to rethink about having a family, like kids and stuff like that, getting married?
Yes, at the moment it has. I do want those things eventually, but I'm at a point in my life. Let me grow and develop personally, and let me get my finance, because I wouldn't want to bring a child or children and suffer.
So when you say that, get your finances ordered, are you saying that to the point where you're gonna do it yourself or with somebody else? Because because I hear a lot of women say that, and I wonder, like, when you say I need to get my finances together, are you?
Yeah, definitely needing a life partner. I think that's important, because you have a lot of kids that grow up in single parent homes, and that does, believe it or not, have an effect on kids in our community. So definitely, yes, I want to build something with somebody.
Okay.
Finances.
Have you been raised in a single family home?
Huh?
Have you been raised in one?
Yes, but I didn't start off that way. My mom and my dad were together for the first 8 years of my life, and mom stepped out and left. So I grew up with my dad, and when he was busy, he would get other people, just random people that he knew, or sometimes my sisters would watch us or whatever, or his ex-wife would watch us. So I kind of did grow up in a single family after the first 8 years of my life, and it was hard. Very hard, because you wanted it, at least insecure, and that's why a lot of us, we make a lot of bad financial decisions, a lot of bad emotional decisions in general, because of how we were raised. Yeah, so yeah.
You just said a mouthful there. You said a mouthful. A lot of women won't admit the stuff what you said.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, I'm a very transparent person. I believe somebody needs to hear the truth.
I could tell that.
Yeah.
You seem like a person, you don't try to fit the narrative that a lot of women try to fit. Would you consider yourself to be submissive?
Submissive, depending on what you mean. It just depends. Like, I'm not dominant. I'm never gonna try to play the role of a man. I know that's popular in our culture nowadays.
Yeah.
Females in the industry, you got females like Megan Thee Stallion and always man bashing, talking about being on top. Now, I'm submissive if that's your husband. He's the head of the household, and it's not like you're an obedient dog and you listen to everything he's saying, but it's just out of respect. So yes, I do believe.
Okay, so you don't mind playing second fiddle to your husband?
You mean explain?
Ooh.
What you mean? Like,
just like how I said it. Just like how I said it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. She wants you to explain. You gotta explain yourself, sir.
I'm asking, do you mind taking the back seat and let
Okay,
him
let me
lead?
leave. Yeah,
Yeah.
leave.
You know what I mean? You being a PTA mom,
A PTA mom now. I feel like this. He got to be a PTA dad too. We got to swap out.
how's he gonna be a PTA dad if he has to go out there and hunt 12 hours a day? That's what.
I
That's
mean, you got to
what.
make
She
choice.
like, she ain't being no housewife. She like, nope.
So you don't want to be no housewife. That's not your thing.
No, I don't want to be a housewife, but I don't mind like letting him make it. Like even if it's a bad decision, there's ways that you can, as a woman, still say something, but don't be like, oh, you better not, not be dominant. You like, okay, if that's what you want to do, but what if there's another way? Would you be open to hearing another way to do it? Like, stuff like that is okay. So yeah, it's definitely okay. I'm definitely okay with a
That's
man
that
taking.
southerner in you. That's why you talking like that.
Yeah, it's that
Huh?
southern. That
Yeah,
southern
that's
is
that
coming out.
southerner
She
in
ain't
you.
playing. They
That's
like,
that
nope.
southerner in you for you to say something like you'll let him even make bad decisions. I know you ain't from Miami. You've been in.
You want to try to say no, but sometimes you have to let them make their mistake. There's ways, like I said, there's ways you suggest to try to kind of deter them making that decision without being dominant. That's where we fail as women, as some of us come off too strong or too dominant. And if as soon as they hear the word submissive, oh, they means they won't do what they want me to do. They want me to wear my hair a certain way, dress a certain way, and it's like, oh, okay, I believe being submissive to a certain extent. Like if you wear something that he's got, take it off.
But
Take it off.
I also want you to take that to an account where what I mean women are. I'm asking. I'm gonna say something that's gonna get people mad. COVID-19 had exposed a lot of women.
Oh yeah.
And how lonely they are, and how there's nobody in the house with them, and how
Facts.
what I'm trying to say, and I'm saying that to be very transparent about that. You know what I mean? Because in IOU, especially in today's society, black women fit in every certain category, but there's one category they have not yet to fix is marriage. Their biggest
Facts.
issue is not marriage, and that has a lot has to do with the image that they have of black men. They look at us as
Facts.
they look at us as being expendable, like you know what I mean, like a pair of batteries you get from Dollar Tree, pop them in and pop them right out.
I got you. Yeah, I definitely
You know,
understand.
you know what I'm saying, and a lot of women don't think they need to work for a man. You know what I mean, and I don't want to touch off of that, but it also goes down to finance as well. And have you ever asked a man his credit score when you was like just casually talking to?
If the subject came up, I did.
Like it's never
We
been on
just
your
want to
mind
talk.
like the first time you meet him.
Oh yeah, it definitely.
Oh, but why? Well, why is that on your mind? The first thing is your credit score is good or
Not the
bad.
credit score, but like, what are you doing? What are you doing to have? What are you doing for finance? Because the thing that I got taught with my dad, and he did he warned his girls that there are some people that want to try to. You need to ask questions, even if he were to ask me what I need. Yeah, I'm not gonna
That's
tell
true.
my dad off the bat. Oh, what's your credit score on the first date? We start getting serious and we talking about sharing stuff, and you know how it goes. You need to know these. You need to know what kind of debt they have. You need to know what their finances, because I don't want to be dating somebody that's not financially responsible. And you get in some instances you can work with somebody and teach them how to be more responsible. There's people that are willing to fix their ways, but then you got people that are irresponsible, don't want to change, don't care about their credit, don't care about what it is that they're doing in the relationship, and that kind of takes a toll on. I mean, yes, it is on my mind on like meeting you, getting to know you first. No, I'm not gonna be like, what's your credit score? But as we're getting serious, I want to know everything I can know about you. That's what's wrong with us. We don't ask the right questions. We just jump into something. And I can definitely, speak from experience. I wish I would have known what I did know about my first boyfriend, because he was not good at finding like no. And that did
Like,
take
what do you mean? But in what way he wasn't good in finance? Just give an example. So,
like he would get money and then spend money. And then, oh, can I get? Oh, you need to make a lot. Let me get some from you. And I'm like, what are you doing with your finances, man? You go to work and to come to find out he was alcoholic. Spending on different things, going to clubs and all that stuff. Like, but then you turn around and got your hand out for my money. So I was like, yeah, no, I didn't ask those questions. I just didn't do it because I'm lonely, and that's what I thought was cool at the moment. And I'm having to look like, man. But then he was talking to me about how his credit was. This is before I got into the credit industry, about 2 years before I got into it. So I'm like, man, like he telling me about his credit is bad and all that stuff. Like, I didn't ask these questions. So I think finances do play a role in it, just depending on what kind of person you. Because you can work with somebody that's trying to build, that's trying to get it together. And I know a lot of women like, nah, he got to come with the money, he got to come with the six figures, but you didn't come with six. So
Yeah.
you don't think of it like that. What
Facts.
what if a man said that to you? And I know a lot of my female friends, are you crazy, girl? Are you stupid? He got to have it. You don't got six. You ain't in a good place in you. So if we judge people off their finances and where they are in life, then we not gonna have nobody real. Because what if people look at us like that? So I think finances does play a part in it, but it also depends, like I said, what kind of person. Because you got people that they in a bad spot, but a year or two they could be in a good spot just based off of better decisions and learning. We have to realize that that's like finances is not something that's taught in our community. So a lot of Black Americans, the average Black Americans, are struggling in their home.
No, because the problem is, Jazz, we was always taught, growing up that money was evil. You understand? That's the problem.
Yeah.
Because, most of us was raised,
Yeah.
and we always was taught that money is the root of all evil. So our whole idea about money is an evil thing. So soon we get money, we want it quickly out of our hand. So we don't believe in savings account. We don't believe in bank account. We believe soon we get the money on Friday, we got to spend it by Monday. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's the problem we have in our community. But Hakeem and I, we trying to one day build a seminar where we're going to teach finance. We would, of course, love to have you come down, and teach the people.
We would definitely love to work with you with that because you seem very knowledgeable about a lot of
very.
Stuff. I would definitely love to do that. More awareness. That's what I'm about. More awareness. That sounds good.
Facts. So my last question for you is how can people find you? Where they can look up? How can people get in touch with you if they want their credit repaired? Your fitness thing, anything.
Okay, so I have 2 pages, one for the credit on Instagram and one for the health and the fitness. So my credit one is Jasmine underscore the underscore. So I'll probably have to write that in the chat because that's a lot. So it's Jasmine score, but there's after Jasmine is an underscore, after the is an underscore. And they can find me on there, and my link tree is set up to where they can get their credit repaired. They can talk to me, and I can figure out what their financial goals and lead them in the right direction. And then for the health fitness, it's Queen Loyal T. So instead of TY, it's TEA. Queen Loyal TEA, and it's one word.
Loyalty.
Yeah.
Good. You hit that thing on the nail, baby.
Oh, you crazy.
Yeah. I seen that. You don't think I ain't been on your page. I was already on there. Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. You gotta check out. You got.
Oh yeah. No, you legit. You legit, shouted. You legit, shouted. You know what I mean? So like Jazzy, I really appreciate you taking the time to talk with us and let us know who you are and your journey. It's a very beautiful thing, and we try to highlight Black women here because we love them, but they hate on us here. With me and one man, they say we running a boys club. You know what I mean? We're misogynistic. You know what I mean? And we be going in. We be going in. We just had certain views about certain things. And you know what I mean, and we like to bring women like you to highlight that, you know what I mean, who are from a different standard of living,
Yeah, I get that from a lot of females. They feel like that because I see it from both sides. Like, when I talk to a lot of dudes, the things about us and our culture, like a lot of guys in our culture, they're tired of the body culture. A lot of
100%. You know what I'm saying?
you know what I mean? They get in
their I tell men to stay away from women whose hair look like a Walmart cake. I do. I tell them to stay away, you know what I'm saying? I say, get you somebody normal. Get you somebody boring. Get you somebody who's not with all that. You know what I mean?
No, I got to debate you on the boring part because the boring, she can't be boring now. You got to have a little bit of excitement.
When you said a little bit of excitement, like what type of excitement you looking for?
Excitement mean
that's the question, bro.
Adventurous. Well, this ain't my podcast. This is Jazzy.
No, I know that. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Huh?
Yeah. We're talking. I just said what type of excitement. I just want to, but I get where you come.
A lot of times, because remember the definition of boring. I mean, also physically and sexually. You get what I'm saying? So you gotta have some form of excitement.
Oh no, I get where you're coming from, but I'm not talking about that boring. Let me tell you something. Most women's definition of boring is a guy that's not a thug.
That kind of is true.
That's true.
That's the only definition, but they're not going to date Jean Baptiste from the Chess Club. They're not going to date him or Trayvon that work at Walmart, who's the cart pusher. Them boys ain't getting no play. That's the boy that I'm talking about, the one who goes, catches his check, get him a couple scratch off, and go right at home and get him a six-pack. They don't want those type of guys. The regular guys who's not going to cheat on you, bring his check home. Babe, what we doing today?
I got you. I understand. I do understand that. I do, and I don't blame you. My ex-boyfriend was like that. Y'all used to wear the big old hair weaves, and he was like, man, you can't be doing all that, man. You gotta appreciate your natural beauty. And I don't think anything wrong with wearing hair weaves, but if that's all you are, what are you underneath all that? When you take off them eyelashes and fake nails and the weave, where are you? Where's your personality? And I think a lot of us feel like we need those things.
Definitely, but the thing about it, women only put those things on because they're trying to attract a certain type of man. Now, high value men or men who consider themselves high value don't date women who put weave in it. I'm just being real. I don't date women who put weave in the hair. I'd rather you bald head. I'm gonna keep it 100. If you can't maintain it, do a Tiffany Haddish.
What did Tiffany Haddish do?
She just shaved all her head bald. She's completely bald. No. Mind you, she walking around with no hair at all, no wigs, no nothing. I don't even want you to put on wigs. That's the type of man I am.
Wow, that's crazy.
Everybody's different,
Yeah.
Everybody's different. I mean, I feel like, like I said, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I just feel like, don't let that be all you do, because I don't wear. You'll see me with videos of my natural hair.
That's good.
I show my natural hair. I'm not afraid of it. I love it. I embrace it. And
that's
then there's times where you'll see me. I might put a little sew in it, but I'm not going, off the deep end or going wild.
Yeah.
But I'm all.
But I would just I think you should just wear it all the time because you do have a very pretty face. You're attractive. Like I would tell you, just the only thing you might have to worry about is them white boys hollering. And them Hispanics. I'm being real with you, and that's the thing. Me and Ron address here about our brothers. We don't like they chase after plastic. I like my meat fresh, killed in the morning.
Facts.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So, yeah. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I got you 100%.
You got her giggling.
Yeah, no, she
got her giggling.
I want to be honest. Huh?
You said they chasing after the plastic.
Yeah, plastic. Yeah, we don't eat that. Processed foods. We don't eat that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
organic every day, baby.
Organic every day. And when people start to wake up on that, people start to get a notion on that. You know what I mean? And that's the stuff we try to promote, signify.
Yes, definitely organic is better. I've noticed that, when I switched my diet and what I was eating, the pounds started to come off. Because, processed sugar, sugar is addictive. It really is. It's super addictive. It's worse than drugs. And, people have, an eating problem. And they can't control themselves. So, when you switch to organic, it's so much better for your body. Like, you give your body a big work.
No, definitely.
But the processed sugar is considered a drug because back in the 1960s they didn't want sugar in the market,
right?
Because it was like a cocaine addiction. They were like no, but it was into the 1970s. That's when they started putting it in the market, so they know it's a drug.
Yeah, definitely. And people don't realize that there's products out there that can help them. So they stay at the obese or at the weight that they're unhappy with because they don't know or they're not educated that it's the food that they're eating. So you definitely keep pushing organic and keep pushing wellness. And that's what I do because, like I said, a lot of people, they just education or the knowledge to know, okay, if you stop shopping here at certain stores, they carry that crap. And you might have to go and shop for, at Whole Foods or Fresh Market or Trader Joe's, Sprouts, fresher food is going to be better for you, and organic is going to be better for you. Like a lot of people say, oh, it tastes nasty. No, it's not that it's nasty. It's that you've been conditioned to eating sugar and processed food. So yeah, of course, when you switch, the taste is going to be a little bit different.
See, now you had me go get an apple. You see that? Look what you organic apple.
I just messed around and put the velvet cake down after you said that.
Okay, now I have my cheat days. Like I don't do the healthy stuff 7 days a week. I have my cheat day once a week. That's it. Yeah, I do believe in that. I still eat at the Cheesecake Factory. I'm down to earth, but I'm not eating that as much as I.
No, definitely.
I realize that I have to have. Definitely.
So no, it was so beautiful talking to you. And ladies and gentlemen, she's the credit repair woman. We're gonna drop the information in the link. Support her, support her, support her. She can help you no matter what location you're in. Is that a fact?
Yeah, 50 states.
50 states. She can, and mind you, we put our stamp on her. You know what I mean? Not like a lot of you scammers and Dade.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Chaos Culture Radio, and we out. Peace. Man, I just appreciate y'all just listening. Stay tuned for the next episode.